I was sitting at my kitchen table, sunlight spilling across the linoleum, when Emily walked in carrying a leather tote so large it could have held a small child. It was cream-colored, buttery soft, with a gold clasp that caught the light every time she moved. "New bag?" I asked casually. She froze for half a second, just long enough for a mother to notice. "Oh, this?" She laughed. "It's fake. I got it online. $20. I nodded. I didn't argue. But I'd worked retail for 30 years before retiring. I knew stitching. I knew hardware. I knew quality. That bag was not $20. It was closer to $2,000. My name is Patricia. I'm 64 years old, widowed for 8. Emily is my only child. She's 27, bright, ambitious, and currently finishing what she calls her final year of graduate school, a phrase I've heard for 3 years now. Student loans, she says, are crushing her. That's why every few months I help. Rent shortfall, textbooks, laptop repairs, unexpected university fees. I never questioned it. Education is expensive. The world is harder now than it was in my day. That's what everyone says. So when she calls and says, "Mom, I'm short again," just until my loan disbursement clears, I transfer the money. 500 here, 800 there, once 3,000 for tuition complications. I dipped into my retirement savings more than once. Not dramatically, just enough to help her breathe. That's what mothers do. At least, that's what I told myself. The second clue came 3 weeks later. Emily invited me to brunch downtown. She insisted on paying. "That's sweet," I said as we sat at a rooftop restaurant overlooking the river. It wasn't the kind of place students usually frequent. "It's fine, Mom. I had a good month freelancing." Freelancing? That was new. She ordered mimosas. Then another round. Then truffle eggs Benedict. I watched her laugh, carefree, her nails perfectly manicured, her hair freshly highlighted. When the bill came, she slid her card across the table without flinching. I saw the card. It wasn't a student debit card. It was platinum. That night, I couldn't sleep. I wasn't angry. Not yet. I was confused. The truth came by accident. 2 months later, I was at her apartment dropping off soup. She wasn't home, but she'd given me a spare key years ago for emergencies. Her laptop was open on the kitchen counter. A budgeting spreadsheet glowed on the screen. I wasn't snooping. I swear I wasn't. But my name was there. Mom, $14,500. My stomach tightened. Below it were categories: travel, Miami, designer, paid, wellness retreat, deposit sent, credit card, minimum only, student loans, deferred. Deferred? I scrolled before I could stop myself. There it was in black and white. Her student loans had been deferred for over a year. She wasn't drowning. She wasn't behind. She wasn't desperate. She was choosing not to pay them. And I was supplementing the difference. My retirement account suddenly felt very small. I closed the laptop, locked the door behind me, and drove home in silence. I didn't call her immediately. I didn't yell. I did something else. I pulled my bank statements from the last 3 years. Total transfers to Emily, $28,400. I sat very still after I added it up. $28,400. That was nearly half of what I had left in flexible retirement savings. The next morning, I called my bank. I opened a new account in my name only and moved the remainder of my retirement buffer into a certificate deposit with withdrawal penalties. Then I lowered my daily transfer limits. Then I waited. The call came right on schedule. "Mom?" Emily's voice was tight. "I need help. For what?" "My landlord is increasing rent unexpectedly. I'm short $1,200. "I thought you had freelance income," I said calmly. She paused. "It's inconsistent." "And your student loans?" Another pause. Longer. "They're complicated. I saw your spreadsheet. Silence. The kind that hums." "You went through my computer?" She whispered. "No, it was open. And my name was on it." Her breathing changed, faster now. "It's not what you think. Then explain it to me." She tried. She said she needed to live a little. She said everyone networks in certain circles. She said appearances matter in her field. She said once she landed a stable job, she'd pay everything back, including me. I was going to tell you, she said. When? I asked gently. After I emptied my retirement? That hurt her. I could hear it. I'm not some gold digger, Mom. I don't think you are. Then why are you acting like this? Because I'm 64, I said quietly, and I cannot work another 30 years to fix this. The line went very still. So, you're not helping? She asked finally. No. Just that. No. She didn't speak to me for 2 weeks. Then she sent a text. I had to sell some things, another text later. I canceled Miami. Then, I'm applying for actual full-time jobs. Actual. That word stung. 3 months passed. She picked up contract work. She stopped getting her nails done. The designer bag disappeared. One evening, she came over unannounced. She looked smaller somehow, less polished, more real. I was embarrassed, she said, sitting at my kitchen table where she'd done homework as a child. I know. I didn't think you'd actually stop. I didn't either, I admitted. She laughed weakly at that. I got used to knowing you'd catch me, she said. It made it easy not to grow up that hurt, but in a clean way. I didn't raise you to depend on me forever, I said. I raised you to stand, she nodded. I've started paying my loans, she said quietly. More than the minimum. I'm proud of you, she swallowed hard. I owe you. Yes, I said honestly. You do, she didn't argue. It's been a year now. Emily works full-time at a marketing firm. She drives the same old car she had in college. She sends me $300 a month, every month, toward what she borrowed. It will take years, but it's consistent. More importantly, it's earned. Last week, she showed me a new handbag she bought. Nothing flashy, nothing logo heavy. She smiled and said, paid in cash. And for the first time in a long time, I believed her. Sometimes love looks like sacrifice. But sometimes love looks like refusal. Refusal to fund irresponsibility. Refusal to subsidize illusions. Refusal to protect someone from the consequences they need. I didn't stop loving my daughter when I stopped sending money. I started respecting her. And finally, she started respecting herself. Money doesn't ruin children. Lack of boundaries does. And if saying no today means they can stand tomorrow, then no is the most loving word a parent can say.